What's going on, group leaders? Pastor McKinney here. Just want to touch base with you about the fall semester of Growth Groups, a place where friends help friends follow Jesus. Since the beginning of the Growth Groups ministry has started, we have always believed in one thing, and that is that the community of the people of God, that is smaller gatherings of the people of God, one-on-one gatherings, handfuls of people coming together, is a necessary ingredient, not simply a good idea, not an optional add-on to the Christian life, but is in fact a necessary, essential, you must have it type of thing for you to grow in your likeness of Jesus Christ. In other words, if you do not have other brothers and sisters in Christ who are coming alongside of you, other friends helping you alongside of you to follow Jesus, your growth in Jesus Christ will be stunted. And so we want to just continue to stress the importance of growth groups. And so I realize we've been in an interesting season with COVID-19, and just as it has been a difficult transition, and difficult might even be the wrong word, but it hasn't been an easy transition back into the physical gathering of the people of God here on Sundays. Overall, we would say it was a success. It was smooth and it was wonderful to see everyone here at church. But in terms of actually planning out the nitty-gritty details, that was tough, and it took a lot of work. And so the elders have also recognized that just as it has been a bit complex to gather physically here on Sundays, so it might also be somewhat complex and difficult and not an easy transition to gather as growth groups. And so whereas the restrictions for large gatherings is much more strict, smaller gatherings, while not as strict, still have some sort of restrictions. So here's what I want to do is I just want to touch base with you as the director of growth groups. I realize we have advocates, but I just figured since we've been kind of dispersed and haven't heard from me in a while, and it's been a while since we've gathered since the spring semester, thought as a unifying catalyst, let me just touch base with you. And even after this video, I intend to follow up with you one-on-one just to see how you're feeling and what your plans are for the fall. I would like to just communicate to you just general principles and guidelines from the Elder Board for you as growth group leaders in terms of how you decide the best way your growth group can move forward. The first thing is this: growth groups are proceeding as planned, which is the fall semester always begins the Sunday after Labor Day. Always. Fall semester, Sunday after Labor Day, which this year is September 13th. So growth groups are launching September 13th. That is the plan, that is the hope, that is the goal. And as usual, the Sunday before is going to be the registrations. We won't be able to have Group Connect this time around because the physical gathering is much more restricted. But registrations themselves will open up the weekend before September 13th, which is September 6th. So that's the first thing I want to say. Growth groups, we're excited are going to be continuing as planned. The next thing is this. The elders would like to encourage all of you, all groups, to gather in or at somebody's home. In or at somebody's home. In, that is inside their home together physically, or at somebody's home, that is in the front yard, backyard, whatever it may be, someplace outside, if you would like. And the reason we're doing this is because last time you guys heard from me, we were doing Zoom calls. That was the encouragement. All groups are moving to Zoom back in March. It was a quick transition, interesting transition, but that was the last that you guys heard of me in terms of expectations. And so we want to encourage you, strongly encourage you guys away from the Zoom call. Again, we're not excluding absolutely Zoom calls. I'll talk about the expectations for Zoom if you honestly feel that is the best option for you, what the expectations are for that. But the encouragement to all group leaders that you would meet in or at somebody's home. The next thing we'd like to encourage you is that we are going to be giving you as group leaders freedom to navigate with your group. So you'll have to communicate with your group over the next week and get back to me on what your final decision is, what you all think would be best for your group. And so let me give you a little bit of some navigation here. The first is if you meet at somebody's home outside. Okay, that's great. There's not going to be a whole lot of restrictions there, not a whole lot of guidance or principles there. Generally, there's going to be a lot more freedom in terms of precautions that you as a group might feel that you need need to take. So if you're meeting outside, we would say if you want to wear a mask, you can, but there's no strong emphasis or encouragement for you guys to take extreme precautions to ensure people's safety because of the free flowing wind, and there's no what's the word, ventilation problems if you're meeting outside. So practically what this could look like, right, if you're meeting outside and someone still doesn't feel comfortable, they can kind of do one of three options. They can either wear a mask and join the group. Number two, they can either do a Zoom into the group while you guys are meeting outside, or if they just simply don't feel comfortable at all, they can join another group that might be doing Zoom. Again, I'll talk about that in just a second. So if you're meeting outside, that's great. Not a whole lot of encouragements there. A lot of freedom there into what you guys may feel is comfortable. Now, obviously, if the weather is bad, we can talk about what Zoom could look like. Now, on the other hand, so that's outside. How about inside? If you would like to meet inside your home, again, that's fine. But here's the encouragement. You as a group leader and as a group would do everything necessary, everything that you guys feel is necessary to make everyone in the group feel comfortable and safe. That's the strong encouragement. If you're going to meet inside, the strong encouragement is whatever you as a group feel is necessary to make everyone feel safe and comfortable, that you all would be gladly and humbly and graciously and tenderly do that. So whatever that looks like for you. So if you as a group feel that everyone should wear a mask, then everyone should wear a mask. If you as a group, everyone feels comfortable not doing that, and you feel just kind of doing the 6 feet distance apart, you guys can decide what you as a group feel is necessary to make everyone in the group feel secure and safe and cared for and loved. It's very important if you're meeting inside that you take all people's particular bents and personalities and tendencies towards caution or away from caution, that you would consider all of those in making the expectations clear on what your precautions would be. So hopefully, again, I understand it's a little bit nuanced, but again, we're going to give you guys some freedom there to decide what's best for your group, because people are kind of all over the place in how comfortable they feel. But generally, it's if you're outside, there's less of an expectation to go above and beyond in precautions. But if you're meeting inside, there is a strong encouragement that you would do everything necessary as a group to make everyone feel safe and comfortable. Now, how about Zoom? Again, we're not absolutely excluding Zoom, but we are encouraging people away from it. We've been doing it a lot, and frankly, I think people are tired of Zoom. Maybe you're not. I have to be honest with you. You might be the exception. Here's our encouragement with Zoom. You could use Zoom if you're meeting outside and the weather is bad, and so you have to cancel last minute and you want to do a Zoom call. That's totally fine. Maybe you're a leader and you are particularly at risk. I know there's some of you group leaders who are at risk in terms of COVID-19. If you feel like safety-wise, a Zoom is best for you, then that is fine as well. And then at the end of the day, if you as a group discuss and very few of you feel comfortable at all meeting in person, there's just kind of an overall feel of, hey, let's be extra cautious. If that is you, just make sure you connect with me or your lane advocates about you doing Zoom, but that would be an option as well. At the end of the day, while we're not excluding Zoom, we do want to strongly encourage people away from it, and Zoom would be more as a last resort option. It would be a bare minimum expectation, right? So when all is said and done, when all things are taken into consideration, at the end of the day, if you feel like Zoom is best for you and your group, then you can do it, but consider that, please, last. So hopefully that was helpful. Again, I'm going to be following up with you guys one-on-one about what this could look like, and so that'll be up on you guys. So please connect with your group over the next week. So the expectation is hopefully within 7 days that I send this video out. 7 days, hopefully you guys will have a final answer where you guys are going to meet on Zoom, or you're going to meet outside, or you're going to meet inside, and that you guys will be really clear on what your expectations are as a group. Because when we advertise groups, we want to make the things abundantly clear to people who want to join your group. So if someone wants to join a group outside, but they expect there to be masks being worn, you need to make that clear. Hey, we're meeting outside, but we're not having everyone wear masks. And if someone doesn't feel comfortable with that, well, then they need to know that, so they don't jump into it without clear expectations. Okay, so in a week, please speak with your group members, confirm who wants to return and what the expectations will be for your particular group. The next thing is this. Because of the kind of the atomization of everyone, we've kind of been dispersed and doing Zoom a lot and kind of been separated. We want to do a Philippians 2 here, which is having the same mind. Philippians 2, look at it at the very beginning, chapter 2, verses 1 through 3. In there, there's a phrase where Paul encourages Christians to have the same mind, for a church to have the same mind. So because of this, because of the unique season we've been, the elders would like to ask you all groups, regardless of what lane you are in, to do a sermon-based lane. And here's why. Because of the reason I just said, we've been kind of separated, kind of apart from one another, and want to bring ourselves back together, having the same mind. Everyone's fixing our minds and our hearts upon the same theme, which is encourage. And so we're doing this theme of encouraging one another in the fall from the book of 1 Thessalonians. We're so excited because this is one of the most, I would even argue, probably the most encouraging letter in the entire New Testament. Maybe rivaling Philippians, but I would say 1 Thessalonians is one of the most encouraging letters. In verse 11, chapter 5, it says, therefore encourage one another with this, all the more as the day draws near. You can check out that verse there. So because of the season we've been through, we as elders I would ask you that you would please join us in doing a sermon-based group. Now, you would, the advocates would still be the ones who would be checking in with you in their particular lanes, but we would ask that you guys would please do that for the sake of having the same mind, Philippians 2. And again, I'll connect with you guys about that. And if you have any concerns or questions about that, I'd be happy to speak with you and follow up about that. And then last but not least, is if you guys could also be praying about something that's exciting that's happening, is we're going to be implementing a little bit easier of a way for you to manage your groups and communicate with your groups. We've been implementing a church-wide software called Church Community Builder, CCB, and with it comes an app, and you can very easily communicate with your groups, text your groups, register people for your groups, manage different people get people onboarding people in your groups and exiting people off of your groups. It's going to be really exciting. So I'll be followed, but that's in a few weeks. I'll get to you guys on that and get you guys all up to date with that. But at the end of the day, we are excited and we look forward to seeing the ways in which God will use growth groups this season to really encourage one another. So I'm going to be reaching out to you, me personally, and I talked to Pastor Mike. He might even help me out, reach out to some of you, just to see how you're doing, how you're feeling. Can you keep pressing forward with us? Can you keep moving forward with the vision of growth groups? And also just to confirm what you think your groups might be doing. And so, well, I'll be reaching out to you if you want to. If you know my number or you got my email, you can reach out to me. But no, I will be coming after you with a lot of love in my heart. But if you want to take the initiative and just jump right to it, you can please give me a call or an email. But if I don't hear from you within next week, I will be reaching out to you to make some final encouragements and to help you navigate what you might be doing for the fall semester. That's all I got. I realize it was a little bit of a lot, but hey, we're in a unique season. But if you have any questions or anything like that, please, I'll be connected with you soon next week. And hopefully we can hit the ground running September 13th. Love you guys, praying for you. Look forward to seeing what God does through growth groups, a place where friends help friends follow Jesus. Love you.